Yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy Instinct, and welcome back to another video. I know the picture's not in a full screen or anything too amazing, but I have come to give a review on the Mario movie. Now, we're not going to sit on the screen forever, because I'm going to bounce over to YouTube. And I'm going to pull up some different things while we talk. This is what I want to pull up. Yep. Okay, so the first thing I want to go over as basically what we're doing here. Let me rephrase this. What we're doing is a review of the Mario movie as I have just seen it. Okay, technically it is 12:49, so technically it is Thursday now. But so I seen it yesterday, but let's say today I seen it, and to me it was amazing. So yes, this is, but if you've clicked on this video, I am doing a Mario movie review. If you haven't seen it, click off spoilers here. I'm gonna be putting that in the title for anything that's like, since it's like really here. So first thing I wanted to go over was these Rotten Tomato scores. So, here we got Super Mario Bros. Movie. It was released, of course, this year. It's a kids and family comedy. It's an hour and 32 minutes. It's a decent time, and it contains a lot of stuff to put in that time. Now, if you look over here, I don't know how easy it is. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Right here, we've got this little area. We've got a 54% from people on Rotten Tomatoes for their tomato meters, and that's 142 reviews, right? That's the critics. That's why I'm confused, because we've got the critics over here, which, the critics are kind of weird. I'm not going to say anything about them, but they're kind of weird when they rate. And then we've got the audience score with a 96. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with it's a bunch of kids and they don't understand the movie, and that's why it's so high, or if the movie is just generally good. Now, I know technically, I'm just going to say it is, but release day, and a lot of people haven't seen it, a lot of people have seen it. So it's like, it's got a pretty good audience score to have 96%. The audience has to be pleased. It was really insane on just having a 96% with what happened in the movie. I'm going to go back to this picture just to go over a couple things. So as we see up here in the top right, I can't really, where my mouse is, I think you guys can see my mouse. We've got some islands in Rainbow Road. So yes, Rainbow Road is contained in the movie. There's actually a pretty cool action sequence in the movie with Mario, Donkey Kong, Peach, Toad, and the Koopas. For when what is the words? I can't remember their tribes. I can't remember the tribe names, but it's like the Kong tribe or whatever. I can't remember the names. It sounds awful that I don't know this. But whenever they were trying to bring him back to the Mushroom Kingdom, to stop big old Bowser right here from causing any trouble. Which, if you've seen the movie, of course, he does. Then it looks like in the bottom right, we've got the Mushroom Kingdom. This area is a little confusing to me because we see it, and it's great, but then at the end of the movie, we see it again. And it's like, it was destroyed, and then they went back to Brooklyn at the end of the movie, right? And that's where they beat Bowser. So how did the Mushroom Kingdom come back? Is a question that we need answered, because it was destroyed. With the whole thing that happened with the, what do you call it, I don't want to say wrong names, the Better Ray Bill thing. Not Better Ray Bill, that's Marvel. But the Bullet Bill. That's what I'm looking for, Bullet Bill. The Bullet Bill. It kind of had that, it caused that explosion, and it seems like the Mushroom Kingdom was destroyed. But somehow in the end, not in the end credit scene, but at the end of the movie, Mario and Luigi are back there. And everybody's chilling, there's other end credit scenes, and stuff like that. Skip over the logo. Over here in the bottom left, we've got, of course, Bowser's Castle. Didn't make too much of an appearance in the movie. It was more of like a, kind of like a, it was, it wasn't even more of a castle, it was more of like a ship, because he had it like on like a ship kind of thing, and it was just like really weird, because I was expecting it to be in one spot, and I was expecting Luigi to get kidnapped and be put in the cage, which he was, but it was all on this island, and I'm like questioning why a villain would put an island and then have all the people on that island as he's running around with the island. I guess it makes sense because he can watch the prisoners, but I won't get into that. And of course, up here in the top right, nothing too fancy. We've just got a purple sky. Could be anything. I'm going to assume the purple sky kind of got to go with the haunted forest, the Darklands, I think they're called, that Luigi ends up in first. Okay. So now that we're done with the setting of this picture, we've got some Koopas flying in right here. You probably see some of the racers if I zoom in. Hold up, let me zoom in. Can I zoom in here? Yes. You can see some of the racers over here on the Rainbow Road. It's pretty cool. Now if you zoom out, we can go over some of the actors' point of views. Now, we're going to start, of course, main man Mario. For all the people who were not wanting to see this movie because Chris Pratt's Mario, the one thing I have to say to you is don't even worry about it. Because if you are dead focused on this movie, like I was, you're gonna notice Chris Pratt every now and then, right? You're gonna notice it, and you're gonna notice it immediately in the beginning, just like I did. But if you're really hard focused in, you're not gonna notice it's Chris Pratt, and you're gonna hear Mario. Now you might notice it's Chris Pratt, and you might not hear Mario. I don't know. To me, I heard Mario. Of course, I always can hear a little bit of Chris Pratt, but I'm not hearing, like, like Star-Lord or one of his other characters, for example. Luigi. Luigi is a fine job. Charlie Day, he did an amazing job. I'm a little upset with Luigi's character, how he's kind of thrown into the cell. He's got the screen time at the beginning in Brooklyn with Mario and their whole plumbing stuff. And then, once they get to, I guess, the Mushroom Kingdom, he's kind of thrown in the dark. He's in the Darklands, gets kidnapped, or gets actually chased down by, what's the name of him? I can't remember the names. Dry Bones. Gets chased down by the Dry Bones and runs into the castle. This is Bowser's castle, so this isn't a castle, but it's a little abandoned castle, whatever. And then gets kidnapped by Shy Guys, bring to this castle, down here in the bottom left, and is kidnapped. And he's stuck in that cage for the rest of the movie until the end. And to me, that kind of sucks, because I was expecting more of Luigi in this movie. Now, I'll just bring it out to the point that he did Luigi in the boss fight at the end. The whole Brooklyn scene is amazing. It is beautiful. The whole boss fight at the end is beautiful. But Luigi's amount of screen time that he gets is lame. Because he's just in this cage for like the whole entire movie. For like a whole hour or like a whole 30 minutes or whatever it was. He's just in this cage. Now you see him every so often. That's because he's just talking to people in the other cages, which is irrelevant. Because there's only like a couple people that are relevant in those cages, which would be the penguins and then the little star thing, which I think is Rosalina's star, but I'm not certain. Alright, Peach. I can't remember the names. Let's search this up as we go. Mario movie, cast. Let's do that, because I can't remember names. Alright, we already went over Chris Pratt, we went over Charlie Day as Luigi. I'm going to say Anya, but I think it's Anna. Let me go with Anya. Taylor-Joy, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. As Peach. Now, her as Peach was amazing. Go back to this picture. It was beautiful than anything I've ever seen. It showed a side of feminism. Like, you can have strong women in a movie without people getting angry and having a ton of strong women, right? In the scene where she tells Mario, she's like, you beat this, you can come with me, we'll save your brother, we'll beat Bowser, all that. She showed him really well. Like, she showed him. I know she's been there for years or whatever, But she's shown him, and she slayed this movie. Like, she actually did so good. It's insane. There's so many parts where it's just like you can't stop. The only thing I don't like is I feel like with Peach, they replaced Luigi and Peach and they kind of switched them. Luigi's the one kidnapped while Peach is helping instead of Luigi helping and Peach being kidnapped. It was kind of like a flip-flop, which I don't know how I feel about because Luigi is like one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite like good guy of the Mario verse or whatever, the whole Mario world and everything. He's like one of my favorites. So I don't know how to feel about that, but Peach's role was so important in this movie because it really showed. It's like not the only female character in the movie, I don't think, but it showed a lot to the feminine side. So you people that are like always yelling because there's not strong women or anything in movies, this is a proud example. Peach did amazing. All right, let's move on. Toad. Oh my lord. Okay, let's get this out here. Keegan Michael Key was a god at this Toad voice. He is way up. He got way up there for the Toad, and it was amazing. Toad was funny. He was one of the most comedic characters across this movie. In general, it was just amazing how he did everything. He, of course, he had the introductory scene with Mario where he's like, well, not the introductory scene, but the introductory of the Mushroom Kingdom where he's like, come on, and he's got the, I don't know what to call it, but the little thingies, and he like throws one, and it's like the thing like falls down and squats like a Goomba, and like that kind of, it's like the funny stuff when the thing get knocked down. And Toad was really just a comedic relief. Especially in the scene where they're all driving out on their Mario Kart stuff, and he just pulls up in the monster truck like, "Yo, what's up?" Donkey Kong, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen did an amazing job at Donkey Kong. I was more thrilled than pleased because what I had heard before this, and I know it's rumors or whatnot, was Donkey Kong was going to be lame because Seth Rogen doesn't do voices. And I was like, well, that's going to suck because usually when someone talks, it's going to be much different than what they sound like when they're acting. But to me, I didn't hear a difference. I don't know. If I did hear a difference in him acting, it would have been amazing. But I didn't. I don't know if I heard him just speaking when he was acting. Because it was like really dang good. Especially his introductory scene where he's fighting Mario. That was amazing. I heard everybody in the theater laughing. He had so many fans in that theater. It was amazing. But his character is like so great, but there's a couple things he was lacking, I feel. Like, he was a little bit more of a comedic relief, where he showed a little bit of toughness, but he didn't completely, and that's kind of a bad part of Donkey Kong, is with Donkey Kong you need a little bit of toughness, because you've got to symbolize, from the, I don't know what the game was called, but it's like the original game with Donkey Kong throwing the barrels, and Jumpman, I think his name's Jumpman, which is supposed to be Mario's father, which we'll get into that a little bit. But it's kind of insane to me how he goes through all of this, but it's like he's got no toughness, you know what I mean? It's like you ruined one of the best parts. I love the comedic relief part though. Seth Rogen did an amazing job. I don't know if the cast list has them, but because I would like to go over Kamek. Kevin Michael Richardson. Okay, let's go over that. So Kevin Michael Richardson was Kamek, right here. That was an amazing job. Once again, that was another comedic relief. This whole movie was more funny than it's supposed to be anything else, but he did an amazing role because he's Bowser's sidekick over here. Like, if he fails, he's done, and he's got to do everything right. Especially the one scene cracked the whole theater up and cracked me up and everybody else. When Bowser is, playing his piano, he's singing a song about Peach in the middle of the movie, and Kamek's just like, yo, and then Bowser's like, what? And he gets mad, and then he's all like, here, come and jam, and then slams his fingers in the piano, and it was hilarious. But there's not much to really say about him because he was only in a couple scenes. It wasn't like he was a big character like Mario or Bowser or Peach or something like that, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm gonna get him on here, but this guy right here, I don't know his actor. It would be cool to know, but this blue helmet guy of a Koopa. I don't know who the actor was, but they did such a great job portraying this guy. He never backed down. Rainbow Road, he got exploded by Mario and Donkey Kong, and this guy walks out of the explosion of his car and continues to want to fight. And it's like insane. I don't have too much to say on him because he's not a main character, but it was insane how well he did. He just absolutely killed it. I'm going to talk about a couple other characters before I get to Bowser. I know that's what everybody's waiting on. On this cast list, we got Fred Armisen, Cranky Kong. I honestly didn't know. My friends, they were all like, yeah, Cranky Kong's in it, Cranky Kong's in it, and I was like, no, he's not. I didn't know Cranky Kong was going to be in the movie, and then he shows up, and I'm like, what are you doing here, bro? And it was really cool, though, that Cranky Kong was in the movie, because he's a underrated character that not a lot of people see. When people see the Kongs, they think of, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong. Those two are like the main. Sometimes Funky Kong, but nobody thinks of Cranky Kong, which was Donkey Kong's dad, and it was like an amazing thing to see. Now, he didn't do too much except, lend the army that ended up miserably failing, but it was a cool thing to see him in the movie, and, stuff like that. Sebastian Maniscalco, I think I said that right, Foreman Spike. Once again, he was not in the movie very long. He was in like the couple first scenes and then the last scenes, and it was a pretty good character for what he played. It's one of those characters that you don't like in the sense of you don't like the character, but you love the actor because the actor just killed it. Because he was very rude to Mario and Luigi, and it's like you want to beat him up, but then it's like the actor is just so good. I guess the last one I'll get with here is Kari Payton, which I didn't know played him, but the Penguin King. Once again, not have very many scenes, but his scenes where he was in were kind of hilarious, especially the beginning scene where they're all throwing snow at Bowser and he's just like, you're done, and takes over the kingdom. I will say I was hoping to see a lot more with that Penguin Ice Snow Kingdom, whatever it was. I was kind of hoping to see more with that. I was kind of hoping to see more with the desert. We only really got to see the Mushroom Kingdom and a little bit of Bowser's Island, and then Rainbow Road and the Kong Kingdom or whatever it's called. So yeah, I'm gonna take that as actors. We're not gonna go over too much of actors anymore, but it was pretty cool to have that there and for it to be like that. Don't mind my YouTube searches. We're gonna look up some of the Mario movie scenes. I'm gonna start with Mario movie. Let's see if I can get this entry. Let's go with entry to Mushroom Kingdom. I can't speak. I can't spell either. Entry to Mushroom Kingdom scene. I don't know if scenes are gonna be up already enough for me to put them there. I don't think they're up yet. Just trust me, I would have done that. But I genuinely don't think that they have anything up. Because I'm looking for ones that would be today. Let's see. Mario movie scenes, maybe, if I can look up scenes. I don't know how this would work. We are going to go over the 2 post-credit scenes. There's one that's major for the next movie. There's one that's not. This guy's got some, but it's recorded off his phone. But yeah, it's just a couple of good things. This movie was amazing. It was really good. I don't know if this is a movie. I think this is clips and stuff. This isn't what I want. Got the first 4 minutes, which isn't much, but I was hoping for more stuff. That makes any sense? I was hoping for more things, more clips to be out. Oh crap, I just dropped my freaking phone in the trash can. Oh well. But anyway, I don't know how long this has been going on, but I'm gonna go on for a little bit longer. Maybe about till 1:15 or so. This is what we'll watch. This one, the Mario Bros. Movie Teachers Training Course clip. We'll watch this one. This was posted by Illumination from their YouTube channel 2 days ago, so we'll watch this scene. Let me turn it down a little bit because I don't want it to be too. But that was a pretty cool clip that came up. I'm not sure if I can pull up any more clips or not, because there's not very many clips up right now because of, just normal stuff going on. It just came out today, you know what I mean? Let's see. I'm not seeing very much. I'm getting into bad territory. This is don't trust these kids. That's probably what we should go over. Since I've got 5 minutes here, I'm gonna go over the 2 post-credit scenes. Post-credits. There's 2 post-credit scenes. And I would like to get both, even though one's only key. Oh, that's also a good thing to do. This guy right here, you can barely see him in this one, the Mario's Family post right here. See me move my finger here, but right here, this guy that's touching Luigi on the shoulder, that guy's actually voiced by Charles Martinet, which, if you don't know, is the game voice actor for Mario. I'm not getting very many, so let me just look up post-credit and see if I get this one. Okay, I don't know if this is recorded very well, but we'll see it. Okay, this is an ad. I apologize. I'm gonna mute that. But we'll see. And I personally think it's good. Actually, I don't know if I can mute myself. I might have just been talking to myself because I muted it, and I don't know if it muted me on here or not. So, if you heard me talking, great. So this is recorded from the movie theater. This is the post-credit scene. But there's our reveal that we're gonna assume there's another movie, and that Yoshi will be in it. I wish I would have done this a little later so I have some of the scenes. Let's just look up Mario movie, see if anything comes up. But overall, the movie was really good. I'm not going to put it down. I did not do a review on it like I wanted to with the Sonic 2 movie because I was going to do a review on it, and I didn't. But I'm here to do a review on this, and I generally thought it's not better than Sonic 2, but it is an amazing, amazing movie. It is something that is worth the money, and especially if you're a kid, or not if you're a kid, but yeah, kind of if you're a kid, but if you're if you have kids, let's go with that. If you have kids, it is honestly, this is one of the movies you can take them to because it's really good. There was plenty of kids in the theater, but it's really good. Okay, so I found this one, it looks like. The Bowser and Kamek scene. I don't know which one this is exactly. That was a very good scene as well, I will not lie. There is a lot of funny scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, this was a very good movie. It seems like we got another one maybe here. Of the end maybe. This was a very love and stuff into it. There's just no doubt about that. But it's really great what they can do with things like that. It's just great, honestly. Apparently there's a full movie in English, but to me that looks like Mario Odyssey, so I'm assuming that's not what I think it is. I'm sorry guys, I'm like, it's not the movie, that's Odyssey, the game. But, other than that, I think we're going to go ahead and end it out with Well, let's go with this. I'm going to go with the final trailer. That's what we're going to end it out with. And overall, before we end it out, I'm just going to say this movie was absolutely fantastic. I recommend you go watch it. If you're a parent and you have children, I recommend this movie. They will absolutely love it, and they might love Mario for the rest of their lives, or they might hate the movie. I don't know. I had a lot of children yelling in my ears, but by that it was happy yells because they were laughing and all the above. But it was a really good movie. Overall, I wish there was more I could show you and say about it, but I can't point things out because the scenes aren't there yet. I guess if the comments are up on this video, I guess you could go in the comments and leave down a comment down below, like if you want me to do another review, and by that I'll show some scenes when they are out on YouTube and do all that. But I'm gonna let this play, and I'm gonna see all you beautiful, fantastic ladies and gentlemen on another day. Probably on Friday, because this will be technically my Thursday upload, and I didn't do anything yesterday. So I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, guys. Sorry, I'm not buying. I'm not saying goodbye yet. Now I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye, guys. I know I said I wasn't coming back, but I am. Thank you all, of course, for watching. I know this wasn't a in-depth really review or anything. I just wanted to get this out here on my opinions and some of the stuff like that. But like I said, if the comments are open, leave a comment down below if you want to see a little bit more of a detailed analysis of the movie. Maybe that one could be I'm thinking about maybe doing a collab with a friend of mine, maybe on that, and kind of going over some of the scenes together and point out some things and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. And now I will officially see you all later. Goodbye, guys. I love you all.